We had some people over for Father's Day yesterday, so yard's a little messy. So there's broccoli and radish. There's more radish over here coming up. The broccoli is doing well in this box. You can see it's starting to make its heads. So I'm gonna come in and kind of like tie up the leaves a little bit on them. And then we got some climber flowers in here, so I still need to get their wire up so they can climb, and they'll help give shade for the cool weather box. We have some corn at the ends of these ones, so those guys are coming up now. This was the box that the cat kept digging up on me. As you can see, it's gone crazy. Most of the broccoli in this box is bolting, so it's getting too much sun, even though we have like a shade cloth we pull over it. Some of them that are lower in here, like this one's actually cauliflower, and it is gonna start making a head and it's not bolting. So I've actually kind of been leaving the ones that bolted just to help give more shade protection in here for these other ones that are doing really well. We also have some lettuce in here, some romaine lettuce that I thought was for sure gonna get choked out, but it's actually doing exceptionally well, I guess, with all the shade cover from everything else. There is radish in here too, and so far it's doing decent as well in here. So we still have more. Here's a radish. Here's some more broccoli coming up. And on the end of this box, I also have climbers that will help give more shade. This is facing, the end of this box faces to the south. And onions and carrots in here. As you can tell, I have to come through and weed. This box wasn't mulched. Our onions were all starting to bend over, so I actually harvest all the onion tops when they start to bend like that. And in here, I haven't even cleaned out since we mowed yesterday. In here is some snow peas. Same on this end, some more snow peas. This is another carrot and onion box. The kids started to mulch, but they didn't get very far. So this is another one where I took the tops off. The cat also really dug up this box too, so it was really late to germinate here, and there's mounds in the box. So some of them are still in rows. Some of them are just all over the place. And there was mainly in this middle section here that the cat dug up, and you can see there's no germination really happening. Here's a couple little ones that are starting to poke out, but the cat really set us behind in these few boxes. This is kind of like an overflow box, as you can tell. I haven't weeded in, I don't know, a week and a half. So there's some lavender and celery and stevia in here. Paprika peppers, they're doing well. And Roma tomatoes. The ends of these boxes are all just like either a wildflower mix or some type of a perennial, like this is a peony. all the way down. Here's the jalapenos. We've had a lot of thunderstorms and high winds, so they are a little beat up from the weather, but they're still doing well, producing lots of peppers on them. Some of them are even starting to change black, so they'll go green, black, and then they'll go to red. I have to come in and pull the mulch away from the heavy rains, has kind of pushed it all around the plants. Acre tomatoes, they're like sort of like a heirloom tomato, or they are a heirloom tomato, sort of like a beefsteak tomato, sorry. And we have some slicer cucumbers here, peas. As you can tell, the boxes that aren't mulched are a lot harder to weed. These ones have been done for almost a month, and you can see the odd weed coming up, but nothing compared to the boxes that aren't mulched. I also didn't put a weed barrier under the mulch this year, so we're just going to see how that goes. This is just a pumpkin box. Sugar pumpkins, again, they're a little beat up from all the rain and wind we've been getting. This box has been real slow to germinate in here, but it is, so I haven't weeded. It's bush beans. And over here is beets. Here's a little beet. So they're just finally starting to poke through. So now I can come through and weed everything. If you're gonna do beets with beans, it has to be with bush beans. They don't like pole beans. And the ends of all of these boxes are also different types of flowers all along here. Not too much going on in the herb box yet. We are starting to get germination in there. This is another box that's been really slow to germinate. So this should be pickling cucumbers all along the end here that will climb up the trellis. And in the middle should have been spinach and lettuce. My lettuce is just starting to come up in this box. So it's slow, but I've seen other people complaining about the slow germination this year as well, so I guess we'll just see how it goes. Then here is more watermelon. And on the inside here should also be lettuce and spinach, and it's just starting to poke its way through as well. Summer squash hasn't even come up at all. But there's pumpkins beat up down here. So we'll give the squash a little bit of time. Here's another pumpkin. Then the three sister plots are here. So we have the pumpkins. Some are a little behind other ones. And we have the odd cocoa pole bean coming up. But I haven't seen a single corn yet. Here's another bean. He's just starting to take root and break out. Actually, this guy, no, I think that's grass. Here's another bean pushed up. and put him back in. But here's a little bit bigger bean plant that came out last week. But so far I haven't really seen, oh, here's corn. So there is the odd little corn coming up. And this guy might, yeah, here's some corn too. So I guess we do have the odd corn poking through now. Strawberries, of course, are doing better on the north side than the south side. Seems to be the case. We didn't really get anything for asparagus come up yet. But so that's basically that. And then heading this way, we haven't got in yet. But this is going to be a row of raspberries. We got a cherry tree. In the back there's Saskatoons. And even our flowers are beat up from all the storms happening. Gooseberry. This will all be filled in with Haskap berries. So we got a few up there. Sometimes it's nice to, if you bought plants, leave them sit where you want them for a while and see how they like it before you put them in the ground. It's a little maple tree that our 5-year-old's trying to save. And then these ones are all lilacs. So this is going to get filled in with different types of lilacs. Back there where the big logs are, that whole fence line is actually going to be those logs. And then we're going to fill that in with like tall perennial plants, hollyhocks, lupins, stuff like that. Fence climbers. All of those are lilacs that we harvest from. But yeah, we still have a lot of work back here. But we are slowly getting there.